Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today I'm pretty excited to bring to you some noops that I purchased at the Tucson Coin Show, and I'll let you know I had a great time. Thanks for the club putting it on, and this is an opportunity to look at some stuff. I actually got some stuff in here that I've never owned before, and then I got some other stuff that's just kind of fun. So this note is from 1886. This is a silver certificate for those who've never seen it before. Martha Washington note, silver certificate, $1 bill. Friedberg number happens to be 217 with Rosecrans and Hyatt signing. And what's cool about this note is I remember when they were talking about replacing Hamilton on the $10 bill with Harriet Tubman, they're like, oh, there's be the first woman. And I said, no, Martha Washington is on two different notes already. I mean, has her own silver certificate, for crying out loud. And then also she's on the back of, I think it's the 1901 $10 bill. Is that what it is? It's her and George. I gotta look. Maybe I got those notes mixed up probably. The script on this is really pretty cool. Payable to bearer on demand. PMG called this a VF30. It's kind of a betweener grade. The green sheet does not list VF30. It goes from VF20 at like $330 to VF35 at like $575. So this is probably going to be about 5.25 range on this guy. One of the things that's cool about the engraving on this is just look at the way they shadow, like that word engraving right there. See, that's some cool engraving. But the way that they shadow it, so it looks like it's actually three-dimensional. You know, and you got to think about all the work that went into this, all the little details that went into this. 1886, you know, how refined it was, and how sometimes you think of the time period as just being so crude. Of course, in lots of ways, it was crude, but then you look at how beautiful the money was. This certificate is receivable for customs, taxes, and all public dues, and when so received may be reissued. One United States silver certificate. Beautiful note. Beautiful note. So I was excited to pick that up. I decided to get some paper money. And this note here I got from a customer. And my goodness, I should have just let it in like this, right? If I knew how to do this, I'd be like, dun, 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 dun. So this note, I paid $100 for it. I'm going to put it on our website, I think at about 130. Cool note, 1974. Almost all fives. Nice. It's actually a nice crisp note. Somebody pulled it out right away, so it's a good looking note. And I thought it was really neat. I was like, yeah, I'll buy that and just have fun with it, because you don't see many serial numbers that are one digit off from solid. And it's kind of fun to have the digit kind of just at one end. At least I think it is. All right, one more piece of paper money, and then we'll get on to some coins here. This note I picked up because I've never owned a note from Washington, the state of Washington. Western states in general intrigue me. A lot of times they have lower production rates. Of course, California has some higher ones when they had the gold rush and they had a big population. But Seattle, Washington, $20 bill. This is the 1902 series. This is dated 1918. And one of my favorite things about this is the name of the bank, the Dexter Horton National Bank of Seattle. I mean, I'm guessing there's a whole lot of Hortons down in Seattle, you know, based on the lineage here, where there used to be. So overall, really nice looking note. Of course, with this one actually has the printed signatures instead of the hand signed note. So that was actually printed on there instead of signed. Some of the notes from that time period are going to be signed. So this note is going to run a little bit over $300 on that guy. So pretty fun note. All right, where to begin? Where to begin indeed. All right, let's see how I can do this. Whoop! I'm going to get a good quick close up here. Oh man, I'm giving away the show entirely. Carson City. Right, we got Carson City coming on here. I see, I should have just blurred it out. 1881. And what's cool about this is I know some of you guys collect these global certification services. So I've never seen a Carson City in one of these holders. I've seen lots of different coins, and so this is kind of cool. It's got a picture of the Carson City Mint. This will trade for above the price of a normal 81cc. I think maybe 450. I got to look it up again. Oh, got it this way. So what's fun is they've got the kind of story out here about the price of silver and the lobbying that went into place into getting Congress to pass the silver dollar bill. Now, this is interesting because I don't know the history on this. I'm going to have to look this up. But over the veto of President Hayes, that's interesting. Apparently, President Hayes didn't want us to have silver dollars. I got to look that up now. Coincidentally, on the same day, the director of the Mint officially approved the design for the Morgan silver dollar. Yeah, so coincidentally, I think that's kind of tongue-in-cheek there. Coincidentally. Couple more things to share with you, and I'm going to blur it out again because I can. Right? We got some more odd slabs, if you can call them slabs. $18.99, $10 gold piece. This is the Philly Mint. Uncirculated coin, it's a lower uncirculated grade. It'd probably come back to Mint State 62. Now, some of you guys, I was excited to pick these up because I've never seen these holders. And so I actually got a 10, and then here's an outer package, authentic grade. And this guy here, we've got, they're dated from the 80s too, by Ron, I want to say, I'm sorry, I've been in Tucson my whole life, so this is like, is the G and H, is the double L a Y, is it Hio? But Ronald J. Gillio, who is a very well-known and respected numismatist, and that he guarantees the grade on these. And so, but basically what they were doing was they were grading them as Mint State 60s. They weren't grading them as higher grades. Now, this coin in particular caught my eye for a couple of reasons. One, it's a pretty decent grade overall. It's got a little scuffiness to it, but I think it would make a 63. But two, it's a 1911S. And, this whole series is really interesting because there are coins you never see, but when you see them, they don't list for a lot more in the gray sheet. I mean, this is a mintage of less than 1 million coins, and they just don't jump up a lot in value until you get to like the MS65, which just tells me that the collector market for these is in that price range. Now, the case has a little bit of cracking to it, but overall, real nice coin. And I did get a second Saint with it that also had the outer sleeve. This one's the most common year, those 1924 Saints. When them saints come marching in. I think I had promised somebody I wouldn't sing, so I better stop. But they had made over 4 million of these guys. And once again, real nice uncirculated coin. It's not, I didn't think this one was as nice a grade as the other one, but that's just my opinion. I'm probably not going to get them certified because the fun part is the holders. So I had a lot of fun. Oh, but wait, there's more. I have one more thing to show to you in it. This is something that I've never owned before, and so I was really quite thrilled to get it. And so some of you guys will know exactly what this is, but hopefully a lot of you will learn something right here, right now. And so you can see with all kinds of machine doubling going on there that RR 1879, RR for those of you who are familiar with the terminology. RR almost always, I always think of railroad, which is exactly what this is. 12.5 cents. So 2 bits, 12.5 cents. For those of you who don't know, this is a Hawaiian token. So the companies, there were plantations and railroads that they made their own tokens and they paid their employees with them. PCGS VF35. I almost never see these at a show. Like if you go to a coin show and just try to find Hawaiian tokens, good luck. And you see them sometimes in auction and whatnot. This piece is probably just north of $1,000. And I was really excited to see it. And also, I get to share one of my favorite little things. I've got a whole bunch of these little thin pamphlets, which are really cool. Hawaiian coins, tokens, and paper money. These were issued by Whitman, and they're kind of fun. This was Maurice Gould and Kenneth Brissett. These were published 1960. They have their listing of rarities on stuff like that. So we go into the book and we find that it's funny, there's a typo right here. This should say 12.5 cents on this one. Obverse RR 1879, reverse THHH. The Thomas H. Hobron Railroad on the main island, 12.5 cents or 2 bits. Obverse RR 1879 in a circle of stars and ornaments, reverse THH 12.5 in circle and stars and ornaments. Struck in copper, used as small change, this railroad was the predecessor of the Kalanin Railroad Company. And what's fun about the book, of course, is you start to flip through and see other things. But then on the next page, I was so excited to see this. They actually used those, looks like the exact same dies to counter stamp a US half dollar. And this one is considered to be unique. But man, I would love to find one of those. So anyway, it was quite the show, and I had a good time. Thanks for everyone who came out to see all the coins that all the dealers and Vest Pocket guys had set up. And this is by far one of the most intriguing group of things that I've ever bought at one coin show. And I'm super excited to show it to you guys. You can see just the flatness and the strike on this, because you can see how much boldness there is just near the center, but that rim is just flat and broad. And what a fun piece. What a cool piece of history. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I've been the Coin Geek. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Thanks.